When Noura al-Shami was 11 years old, she was forced to marry a man who was 35. She suffered years of physical and psychological abuse. Today, she is a leading activist fighting to ban child marriages.
I was an innocent child. I was poor, so when they got me new clothes, I felt great happiness. But then everything changed. My husband was an alcoholic. When he first took off his clothes, you can imagine what would happen to a child.
Noura fled her abusive husband many times, only to be turned back by her parents. She suffered miscarriages and internal bleeding, a traumatizing experience that affected her and her 3 children. She has been taking antidepressants for years.
Because of all I had gone through, I feel scared when I think about my daughter. I don't want her to marry. I want her to continue her studies. My daughter hasn't been able to forget the beatings and the abuse that I suffered for years.
After a long legal battle, Noura has recently been granted a divorce. And her terrible experience and determination to ban child marriages seems to have finally paid off. Members of the organization drafting Yemen's new constitution say the charter will set the minimum age for marriage at 18. But some clerics and tribal leaders say they will block the motion as the country transitions to elections expected early next year.
We don't have any problems related to child marriage. Most of the cases are fabricated so that foreign institutions impose their agendas on Yemen.
A wedding in the capital Sanaa. A relative of the bride pays tribute to her and her tribe. Then a poet praising the groom. But weddings in Yemen are not always this happy.
This is a country where marrying off young girls to older men is a common practice. We may never know the exact number of child brides because Yemen is a conservative society, and anyone who speaks out against forced marriage may find themselves rejected by their family.
Here in old Sanaa, a storyteller praises Yemen's past. But it's the present that will shape the country's future. A future where underage marriage will finally be considered a crime. Hashem Ahelbarra, Al Jazeera, Sanaa.